pretty heavily, but it also takes the pressure off. He's going to be there. You get him. So go ahead, do your thing. There's no reason the Oilers shouldn't be very good this year.
Yeah.
Well, but there's very good reason why they shouldn't win the Stanley Cup, too.
What would that be?
A goalie?
You got Connor Ingram. Didn't solve the problem?
No, well,
Yeah.
I don't know. He's a talented guy. He can go to another level. Yeah, maybe. Is the defense good enough to win right now?
Well, they just locked up Jake Wallman to 7 times $7, $49 million contract, just 16 months after getting traded with a second for future considerations.
Yeah, what was that?
Detroit just gave up on him, and now he's $50 million D-man 16 months later. That's crazy.
You got a raise?
Yeah, he made 3.4
He got a
last year.
raise, but Connor didn't get a raise. How about anybody else moving forward here? Like, who needs a contract, and how do you go in there and say, I want a good raise?
What's
It's
Bill
like,
Guerin? What's Bill Guerin think?
Yeah, no one big. Ekholm next year is due. Got it. Also Skinner.
Some suggestion that this won't help Jack Eichel and a few other players
Connor.
moving in, and I'm like,
It's irrelevant.
no, that's not the way it works.
If Kaprizov signs, sorry, boys and girls,
Kaprizov.
prepubescent boy, if he signs for 17 and Connor McDavid signs for 12 and a half, it doesn't matter. No contracts matter.
Yeah, it's almost like
It's just like they don't know.
both those deals are.
They do not matter. It just doesn't matter. So.
But I do think if you're one of Connor or Eichel, you go, that one's silly high, that one's silly low, 15 somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
You know, you try to make the case that there's an average between them or something.
How much more depth does Mangiapane give them? Howard give them? Frederick on the number one line here.
Yeah, I like Fred.
As a front line kind of, can he run shotgun all year with this
Probably not.
line?
Well, Hyman
Connor?
will come back at some point, right? They'll get him back in the mix, and then that won't have to be the case. So I do like Frederick. I don't know what his ceiling is there.
I do get the sense that Kipper hates this contract.
No. Listen,
You seem bothered
This
by it.
this is go big or go home for Connor. That, like, I'm giving up 2 years of my prime earning, and he'll make it up. Who knows what the cap is in 2 years from now? But he could have signed for 18 easy, for 2 years, but he didn't, and it's because he gets it. He gets the system and what he's up against in this system, and that's like, you want to win or you want to make money, but you can't have both.
But also, you know what, I wrote about this just last week, that he's prioritizing flexibility. And I think superstars are right to do that, particularly once they're established like McDavid. And that he's going to have contracts. He's not worried that no team's going to pay him. So what's the point in committing the rest of your career? If you're happy, you stay. If you're not, you go.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's not like getting married. You know, you get the choice to move around after a couple years if you want.
Talking about a divorce?
Yeah, those are more challenging than ending a UFA deal. You say, honey, your contract's up.
I'm not following your storyline here.
I demand a trade.
I'm
I'm a
thinking divorce,
UFA.
you're thinking about moving.
Yeah. My wife and I did a 6-year marriage contract, expiring soon. No.
Hi, AAV.
So,
Well-
there's that one. We didn't even do Jays off the top, by the way.
It's a hockey show.
All right.
The whole station.
okay.
The whole station. Listen, the whole station's been geared around the Toronto Blue Jays.
All right.
And I saw today, like, the Leafs lines, and I haven't really, to be fair, I haven't really watched much preseason hockey. And
Sick, thanks.
I saw I've watched 2 periods maybe. I saw the Leafs lines today, and it was literally like a cold of splat, like water in my face. 2 of the best days I've ever had at the Dome, just unbelievable, screaming for 4 hours, as you can tell. And then I look at the Leafs lines today, I'm like, oh my God, do the Leafs suck? Hopefully they don't suck.
They're not bad. I do think that it's possible that Easton Cowan's played his way not into the lineup. What do you think?
I don't really. He must have been really pissed to change this up today
After that showing against
against Detroit.
it was bad. But, they waived Camp, who is still not included.
I get waiving him, but I don't get not using him on the fourth line. So just so people know, Max Domi, Austin Matthews, and Nyes was really the projected line for Wednesday night against the Montreal Canadiens. Now Max moves off of that line.
Because Lawton got hurt.
Michelli moves up, and Max goes to the third line with Robertson and Dakota Joshua, and Nick Waugh goes to the fourth line with Lawrence and Jarn Krok.
You know, it's.
But why not just keep Kemp in the fourth line and then just keep everything the way it was?
They must be dying to give him away right now. Like, I feel like they're talking to teams and saying, hey, well, Kemp.
No, Kemp's not going anywhere. Nobody wants Kemp right now.
No?
No.
So they'll send him to the Marlies before the season starts, you think?
Or sit in the press box,
Yeah.
but probably maybe the Marlies. I don't know, but that year remaining is very difficult to lose right now.
It is interesting that Robertson is currently with Joshua and Domi and not Cowan. So, like, they're like, we kind of got a scoring right winger who's not very big. Maybe
Cowan's
we'll
had,
the guy
all we heard was Cowan had a really good camp here.
Yeah.
And what happened in the last 3 days?
I just, you know, maybe another game or two, and you go, I'm not sure the best thing for his development is to play 10 minutes a night with Steven Lorentz, and maybe it's better to play 18 minutes a night and run the power play.
They did claim 2 guys off waivers today.
Sammy
too.
Blais got claimed.
And Caden Primo, another goalie.
Sammy Blais, if you go back to 2018 among forwards, is 8th in hits per 60. He runs into people who won a Stanley Cup with Craig Berube.
Yeah.
Spent the entire year last year in the American Hockey League. Won a Calder Trophy
Yeah.
at age 28.
Everything points to this guy can't play.
Okay.
You don't think it's a...
I'm just saying,
Yeah.
so he had value when he won that cup.
Yeah.
As you just mentioned, everything was, the numbers were good.
Big part of the trade for Pavel
Then he goes to
Buchnevich, right?
Buchnevich,
Yeah.
goes to New York. New York can't wait to get rid of him. They send him back to St. Louis. And then he can't stay there. And then he spends a year in the minors. Tell me what happened between winning a cup and 2 teams not wanting you, and then you
Yeah.
go into the minors.
You know what's interesting is this has to be
What
a
screams that he can
Berube
still play?
thing. I don't know. I wonder if this is... Are they disappointed with Pizzetta's camp? You know, like...
But you just can't keep. You just gave Pizzetta a new contract. You've written him off already.
Well, it's a variable dollars. I wonder. Well, I'm just saying, So I just told you, going back to 2018 when Blais started, he's 8th in the league in hits per 60. Pizzetta's first. So they basically claimed different Pizzetta, which doesn't make sense to me. So I don't think Blais fights. So I don't know what it says, but I think Berube just loves this kid, and he's like, I had him in St. Louis, and he does what he's told, and he finishes his check, and he's big body. You know, probably look at his fourth line going, it's going to be Jarn Krok, Robertson, Cowan. He's going, how about the 6'2", 210 guy who runs into people?
Probably that's exactly it.
There's a few that were claimed today.
Caden Primo as well, by the way.
I love that player. I love the guy.
I would imagine